your heart and another new opportunity to learn with IGP. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals International webinar. So, I'd like to thank all of you for joining with us in this live session. And please stay with us till the end of the program. So, dear participants, dear audience, I'm your host for this morning session, myself Nasrin, and I'm from Bangladesh. And currently I'm studying MSc Psychology. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, really I'm proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel respected and privileged to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. Okay, so dear participants, it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you. Please stay with us till the end of our program. And each time you can give a react and comment in our live webinar. And you can also tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. Okay, so right now you can also share this program in your timeline, Facebook groups, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn also. So, dear participants, I hope that you have many takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. So, my dear lovely audience, dear learners, dear teachers, let's learn and grow together. Because we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not hoarding it. So once again, I'm Nasreen, member in IGP from Bangladesh. Welcome you all. Yes. So let's see our comment box first. Yes. Thank you, Sir Alex Javier Alvarez, for joining with us in this live session. Thank you, Ma'am Isaiah. Thank you, Ma'am Charlene Emaguchi. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Carmela, for joining us. Good afternoon. Okay, thank you, Sir Walter. Thank you, Ma'am Jonna, Ma'am Gloria, Ma'am Evelyn, Peter Perry. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I'd like to request everyone, please share this live webinar in your timeline. Okay, so that everyone can get opportunity to learn. Yes. So dear participants, I'm going to share a little concept about IGP right now. Institution of Global Professionals serves student and community resource providing holistic social work and education for a profession generation all over the world. IGP is leading on online skills development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. We make it able to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personality, more ambitious, be confident to face any circumstance and develop their own skills. We are entrusted with international recognition. Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We organized our webinar, online, offline courses, etc. by best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create a best learning platform for all of you. And our mission is empower people, our youth, and enhance. Dear participants, we have already successfully completed our 628 member webinar, and today I'm presenting webinar number 639. The topic is methodology mix. Yes, and we have our speakers right now from India, Professor Angan. So, dear participants, let's welcome our brilliant speaker, one of our brilliant speaker here. Okay, welcome, sir. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals.
Good
And good
morning to
morning.
everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing very well. This is my second lecture. Glad to be here and thank you very much to IGP. Thank you, Nasrin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so shall I begin or is there anything before that?
No, sir. You can start your presentation.
Lovely, super. Okay, hi participants. It's glad to start a day with a lot of learners, a lot of teachers. I think, as Nasrin said, a lot of professors are there, a lot of faculty are there, a lot of teachers are there. So it's a fantastic moment to interact with all of you. Now, rule number one is in the session, you can ask questions. You can ask through Nasrin also. That's not a problem. In the session, that means it's not end of the session. In between session also, if you want, you can give in the chat and Nasrin can communicate that to me. Because it should not be one-way lecture. Our topic is methodology mix. It straightaway says that teaching methodology can be a mix of different kind of approaches. So this session should not be a lecture. That is rule number one. Rule number two, please be in touch with Nasrin to ask the question as told in rule number one. So be interactive. It should not be like there is a question answer session because you people have some quiz, etc. at the end of the session. So I'll finish my session in 1 hour, which is given to me. Let's begin and let's learn a little bit of methodologies. I'm sure many of you know it already, but I'll be asking question in between when I am sharing my slides. So be ready for that, please. Thank you very much. Nasrin, you tell me that whether it is showing or not, okay?
Yes. Okay, sir.
Coming, right?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
dear
sir.
audience, let me tell you that I am covering this particular slide as my second lecture under IGP banner. I have come here before with another topic. Some of you might have attended, some of you might not have. So, this is my second lecture. That's what I wanted to tell. That's why it is written second. So, don't get confused. Okay. So, we will be exploring various effective methods of teaching in today's session. Nasin, am I visible and audible? Everything is fine? I can't see you. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything
You are
is
there, right?
clearly
Lovely.
okay.
Super, super. Then fine. Okay. So, dear audience, we'll talk about methodologies that work. That means in teaching life, in education sector, we see that some teachers in college level are also called lecturers. So what happened is, I am also calling it as second lecture. The problem is we think lecture means it's a one-way communication, which is not. So today we are going to see a mix of methodologies which can do havoc. So exploring different ideas will be the aim. All right, so let's begin. So my question first, how do you deliver your classes? I'm sure some of you are using black and white boards and smart boards. So smart boards are in thing you can say right now because a lot of schools, a lot of colleges have introduced smart boards where you can directly mark it and the pictures will be coming and visuals will be very attractive. So smart boards, and then you have black and white boards, which is very very traditional, coming for thousands of years. So you use that. Second thing, PowerPoint presentations, which is a quite common thing in schools as well as college and higher education level. And some faculty also show videos. They make their own videos or they directly stream from YouTube or even they download and show the videos. And there are certain other things, that is notes, reading of textbooks, dictation in class, lectures, interactions, question answer. Then there is classwork, homework, assignments, cases, stories, examples, movies. Anybody here who has shown movie in the class? Anybody? Any one of you who has shown movie in your class? Anybody who has shown movie? Because movie is a great way of learning, and it can be a great way of unlearning also. Now you have movies from almost all different kind of domains. Anybody has shown it? Anybody can say, and Nasreen will communicate to me. Anybody has shown movie, and if yes, which movie? Anybody can say? Anyone who has actually run a movie in the class, and or a video which is like a short film or something like that? Anybody is there? Lovely. Nasrin is saying yes, sir. Oh, you yourself showed. Fantastic, Nasrin. I am so proud of you. Lovely. Okay. Great, great. That's awesome. Fantastic. Okay, I'll proceed now. Thank you very much for this positive reply. So, when I talk about methodology mix, the core goal is to engage and involve the students. Now, you might have seen this particular dialogue, the quote, in many places. It can be in social media, or in teaching, or anywhere on in the book. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." So, whenever this particular statement comes in your mind, please remember the third part: involve me and I learn. So, tell me is simple lecturing. That means how lecturers come, they will show some slides or they will tell about something, and telling means students will forget. That's why students need notes before exam, or before exams they will get tensed. So they learn for exam. Teachers also teach for exam. They will tell that these, that, etc., XYZ is there in your syllabus, so I'm covering. Teach me. Some people will be actually teaching. Suppose lab, science lab is there, chemistry lab. So they will teach, mix it, and NaCl, and you will get NaCl, sodium chloride, salt is made. So that particular thing is teaching. You can remember. But involve me is exactly like swimming. Now tell me, this is a very typical statement of me. Can you teach swimming to your student by giving notes, by taking written exam, by distance mode, by online class, or by writing in the board that, okay, this is the way you take breath, now you use your hands and legs and swim? Can that student swim in the real life water? Definitely not. Yes, exactly like that. If you take a skill like swimming, which cannot be taught by notes and lectures and blackboard or PowerPoint or video, you have to involve that person. You have to take the student, put her in the water, in the swimming pool or lake or wherever. Then only the student understands how difficult it is to breathe oxygen, how difficult it is to float. So, Benjamin Franklin's statement, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn," is the main motto with which we are beginning the session. Is that fine? All right. So, this is the main motto, and with that, we are actually starting. Alex said that he shared video clips. Good, Alex. Fantastic, Alex. Video clips actually engages people. That's good. That's good. Okay. So remember this particular thing, and I'll be sharing my PPT with Kaushik. So Nasrin will get it. If participants want it, I can give the PPT as well. All right. Thank you. Let me proceed now. What is your style? Now, when you teach, you might be having a very common method which is comfortable for you, and you have practiced it for years. So please pick and write 3 favorite methodologies of yours. I'm not asking everyone, but anybody wants to share, they can share that. Okay, my favorite method is video, or my favorite method is lecture. My favorite method is PowerPoint presentation. My favorite method is class work. So you can write those particular things and you can focus, because we are going to discuss about some methodologies which are a little different. So we are not going to discuss about teaching in the class or reading from the book, etc., which is very very common in 90% of the schools and colleges. We are not discussing about that. So pick and write three favorite methodologies of yours, and you can focus and you can develop that. You can always develop that. All right. Anybody wants to share which one you practice? Nasrin, you can also say that your favorite way of methodology or something, or anyone, Alex, or anyone who is participating, you can write in the chat. Nasrin will type for you. Like Alex said, he shares video clips. So anyone who has some favorite methodologies that you love this, and students also love it. Students love you because of your method. That can also be one particular perspective. So anyone, because I'm moving to my next slide, guys. Anybody wants to share? It will be great. Nasrin, you can type that out if anyone is saying. Okay, so the first methodology, which is quite effective and very, very popular, is PowerPoint, that is slides. So you might make it in MS PowerPoint or any other tools, but PowerPoint slides are right now the most popular way of teaching, because you don't have a lot of efforts to put and write and draw and uh, remember. So PowerPoint acts as a backup. It will be in the background and you can show it very easily. So we are going to discuss on this particular thing. Hope everybody uses it. In fact, right now I am using, so you can understand. Okay, Isai said PowerPoints, lectures, and plays. That's good. That's good, Isai. That's fantastic. Thank you, Nasrin. Direct instruction model. Isaiah. Isaiah is telling direct instruction model. I do, we do, you do. Lovely, superb. That's fantastic. Thank you, Nasrin, for sharing all this. That's lovely. Isaiah, good. Okay. So let's go to my slide, and I'll be discussing about PowerPoint, which is a very, very common tool, and right now I am using. PowerPoint is the most common and popular thing. In fact, it dates back to when I was a student. Right now, I'm a mid 40s guy. When I was a student, that time also PowerPoint was a very fancy and popular thing. Our faculty used to, demonstrate a lot of things, different subjects through PowerPoint. So, major points about PowerPoint. Rule number one: don't ever read slides at all. There are tendencies which some teachers also do, some students also do, that in the PowerPoint, a lot of written materials will be appearing, and you start reading. So if you just read that, it is not presentation. So don't ever read slides at all. This is number one rule, because if you are reading, then what happens in the mind of your student is, student thinks you are not prepared. You are a teacher who is just reading the slide. Which slide? The slide that you have made sitting at home or in the office. So you come to school or you come to college, you sit in an office, you make slides, you go to the class and just read it out. So reading is the number one no, no. Never ever read exact words and proceed in your class. PowerPoint is for points which are very powerful. So you can explain the point. So this is number one thing. Don't ever read slides at all. When you have shown a slide, you can do one thing. You can press B. I have pressed B now. Your screen is black, right? So what happens is, you can do it and you can press B. Now it is B, so black. So if you press B, then students will not be looking at your slide. Suppose slide, there's a photo of this girl. Now what happens? People are looking at the slide. People are not looking at your face. It can happen. So what you do, you press B, and immediately the slide will become black. If it becomes black, the plus point of yours is now students will move their eyes from the slides, from the screen to you. Now you are explaining. And because you have pressed B, so you don't have to read and recollect because you have already shown this is the point. So these are the points. So you show it, you put B, it becomes black, and then you proceed. Then students' eyes will be moving from the screen or TV or board, from wherever it is, to your face. So they will listen to you. Now you are explaining. So this is why actually I said don't ever read slides at all. Hopefully this is clear. Next point is put good quality pictures or videos in presentation. Some of you are already using videos. I have not kept videos here, but then put good quality pictures. If you put good quality of pictures in your presentation using PowerPoint, then it looks good. So quality should be good, like this photo. So it's a clear photo. It's not cut from this side, that side, no margin coming. It is completely visible and it occupies the entire screen. So put good quality pictures or videos in presentations. Don't fill an entire hour with PPT presentation. So if you have a 1 hour class, you cannot fill the entire hour with the PPT, that is PowerPoint. Then students will understand that you have prepared nothing. You are only showing PPT. PPT is a support system, not your entire lecture. So PPT is a support system. Hopefully you have understood. Now I am going ahead with the second point, which may be appearing to you as a surprise. That is publication or articles. Can you see the slide? It's a very interesting thing, and it is quite different that I am saying it is a methodology. Then people will be actually surprised how it is methodology, because uh, this particular thing, publication articles, is generally not a methodology. And I'm talking about delivering your class. First I said PowerPoint, and the second one I'm telling publication. So be ready little bit mentally and focus on this particular topic. This is my favorite topic, publication. In bracket you can see articles. Of course not poems, poetry, nothing. So articles. So let's talk about it. This is little different. Hopefully you are ready. So when I say about publication, I'm talking about when students write, it boosts their esteem. When students write. Okay, guys, mind it. So when students see their names published, their articles published in magazines, newspapers, journals, it boosts their self-confidence and esteem. So as a teacher, you can do one thing. You can tell them that, okay, I have taught you this particular subject. Can you write articles? Some students might be very happy, engaged, and inspired, motivated, interested, enthusiastic about some subjects. So let's say you are talking about black hole in your science chapter. So you are talking about solar system, you go to universe and you talk about black hole. The student is very interested now. The student is saying, okay, I have read about black hole, I have seen YouTube videos on black hole, I have seen movie Interstellar on wormhole and black hole, etc., etc. Now the student wants to write 2 pages on that. All schools and colleges with good ranking and good quality, they have their in-house publication. That is school magazine, college magazine, institute journal, university journal. You can do one thing, or even newsletters. Some colleges have newsletters. You can motivate the child by telling, okay, your 2 pages on black hole is published in school magazine. This can be a very overwhelming thing, I'm telling you. The student sees that, okay, I love black hole. I have written a small article, 2 pages on black hole. My teacher got it published in school magazine or college newsletter. The student gets a lot of interest and support and positivity about the learning now. Now the student will never hate science subject or any tough thing. The student will be equally interested in other topics also, more topics. So I am just giving an example of a black hole or science chapter. It can be anything else also. Let's say some student loves Shakespeare, and you explain. You are an English teacher. You are explaining about the tragedies and comedies of Shakespeare, and the student loves it. And you say, okay, look at Hamlet. You know how the families, etc., get entangled, etc. And the student says, "Oh, can I do a review of Hamlet? So it is from 500 years old, but still, can I review? This is my opinion." You say, okay, review Hamlet. So that fellow reviews Hamlet, and you publish it in school newsletter or magazine or something. That student gets lot of support. This families will be happy, society will be happy. Seeing it, other students will be happy. So if you can tell students to write, sometimes you can be a co-author also with the students. This will not only make you famous, even your school, college will praise you. Your management, your principal, your director, they will love your approach. The Nasreen, for example, Nasreen is a teacher. Nasreen motivated the students in her class. Two, three students have written some articles and published it. School will be happy. In newspapers also, every country has newspaper. Bangladesh has newspaper. In newspapers, weekly there will be certain pages wherein students write, kids write. You can do same thing. You can send an article over there also that my student has written one small article, two, three paragraphs on anything. Let's say, microfinance, okay, on independence of the country Bangladesh, or any topic that you have taught and the student loves, and they have written, and you publish it in newspaper. The kids section will be there, children's section. Then you have school magazine. I'm telling you, you will become popular. Forget students. Student will be definitely famous, and student will be in her circle. You will become famous also in the school. That okay, Nasrin has taught so well that the students are writing on that. So Nasrin, do you yourself also write? I think there is a culture of publishing, writing, etc. in your country. So I think you also do that. And any faculty who has written articles, books, etc. Anybody can say it. Question to you. Nasrin said, "I am an artist, sir." Okay, okay, that is nice. Okay, that's lovely. Okay, any faculty who want to say that yes, I write books or I have done something like that. Any teacher is there who does it? Anybody? Nasrin, can you check out anyone practices it? So if you encourage them to write and create, the student is coming out of the box now. Out of the box means out of the syllabus and textbook. Textbook is the most boring and problematic thing in life. Students are forced to read it and write the same thing in the exam. So creativity will come, that student will create their own printed materials. It gives a different level of motivation, guys. One of the examples here, you can see, if it is visible, you can see my name is coming as once upon a time I used to teach in Xavier Institute. It's one of the famous institutes in India, Xavier's. And I have written this article along with a student. The student actually wrote, I edited it, and I made it 5 pages. He wrote almost 10 pages. I made it 5 pages, and it was actually published in one of the journals. So you can see Vaishaka is my student, and this is me, Amlan Bhattacharya. You can see I had written this particular article along with my student Vaishak, and this is on B2B market in the power sector. So it is a MBA level thing, anyways. But I am telling you, for any faculty, any teacher, any level, any school, college, any domain, stream, or any department, you can do it with your students. Hopefully, you can see this. I'm not telling it as an example, but then, ma'am, Evelyn, write an articles. Okay, Evelyn, fantastic. Alex, oh, Alex, you are a poet. That is lovely. Alex, super. Alex Xavier Alvarez. Okay, lovely. Fantastic. Okay, Evelyn, lovely. Good to know it. So, I also write articles along with my students, and I am also an author. You can see in my intro the poster it is written, so you can search me in Amazon as well. I have books over there. Thank you very much. It's in Kindle format also, and it's in hardcover as well. Good. So should I move from this topic to the other topic? Number three, methodology number three, class work, guys. Everybody can see how students can get involved if you give class work, not homework, guys, not homework. I am not a supporter of homework. I am not a supporter of homework at all. Homework is one of the bad things introduced in this education world, because I have seen sometimes mothers are doing homework for their daughters and sons, elder siblings, elder brother, elder sister, they are doing homework for their little brother or sister. So that's very, very dangerous. Sometimes dads are also solving maths problems at home. I have seen that. This is my practical life experience. So homework is a no. I do not like homework. Classwork can be a fantastic thing, because now student doesn't have any mom, dad, elder brother, elder sister to support. So I always support and encourage classwork, guys. Classwork helps the student, because student has no support system now. In front of your eyes they have to do entire thing. Okay, so classwork, let's talk about this. Plus points of classwork, that is inside the class, not anywhere else. It's always better as students will feel engaged. As I said, Benjamin Franklin's line, remember, feel engaged. As soon as a topic is covered, if they are given a task on it, they will always remember it better. It's better than homework. So in the class, you can explain something and you can actually tell them that draw. So they can draw a diagram maybe. Let's say you are talking about human anatomy and you are talking about liver, kidney, where it is, and you tell them, okay, draw it. Now they draw. So what happens is you have shown them, you have told them, but they have drawn it. So they love it and they remember it. This is the way. Also in classwork, you can say that, okay, one of the interesting ways of selling is giving a nice demonstration. Now you can ask them, now tell me two, three more ideas how selling can be done. Now students will say, okay, sir, we can do a quiz. Okay. We can show a video. Yes. Okay. We can talk about what customer wants. Okay. Now you can say selling can be done in five ways, but you told only one way. Then you told in the class that take 10 minutes and tell me two more ways. Now all the students engaged, they can come up with the ideas which you have not covered. Now if they have covered little less, you have two more ideas, you can add it. So in the class they are also engaged, they are thinking, so brain is working. Otherwise brain is not working, guys. Homework, you never know how the homework got done. Classwork, you know, because it is in front of your eyes. Sometimes you can also do one thing, you can pair the students, the two students in a group, they will discuss and they will come up with the ideas. So classwork is very much useful and result oriented, because they are using their brain is not switched off. You know, when brain is switched off, you are lecturing, everybody is looking at you, but they are thinking something else. So body is present, mind is not present. You know how fast the mind is roaming. So they are looking at you, you are lecturing. So you are covering, let's say, a poem by Robert Frost, and you are explaining it. Student is thinking something else. They are thinking about cricket field, friend's birthday, etc. But they are looking at you. In classwork, it will never happen. But in one way communication it can happen. And homework, suppose student goes, mom is thinking, oh, my daughter is very tired, let me do the mathematics for her. So she has done the homework, she comes back, you think student has learned, student has not learned. So classwork, hopefully you have understood why I am talking about classwork. If you have any comments, you can give it to Nasreen. Now in classwork, certain teachers have a tendency of adding surprise test. I am against it. If you are doing it, it's fine. If it is a rule in your school, college, that is also fine. But you know what happens in surprise test? Surprise test is the waste of your 1 hour. If you conduct a test in the class hour is lost. In that class, you could have taught something, covered something, students could have done something, but entire 1 hour of your class is gone in test. If college and school authority forces it, then it's fine. Otherwise, never conduct it on your own, because surprise test may give you some fun, but students dislike it. And generally, good scores never come from class tests and surprise tests. So, students also dislike it, parents also dislike it. Do you agree or not? You tell me. Anybody who disagrees that okay, surprise tests are fantastic, students love it. Anybody feels so that I conduct surprise test in class, my students enjoy it? Is it like that? Anybody says? Because my experience of 17 years into teaching, I feel surprise test is a very, very dangerous thing. Students hate you for that. And one more dangerous thing is, you know, classwork and tasks work better as it creates proper competition. In surprise test, it is not proper. In surprise test, sometimes students also feel teacher is not ready to teach a new topic. Teacher has not prepared. So teacher is doing what? They are conducting test to get rid of this one. So this is also a dangerous thing. Student can perceive that you have not prepared for the class, so you are throwing a question paper in the class. So this is a very dangerous thing. So any of you who use surprise test? Nasrin says, I love surprise. Okay, that's fine. But surprise test is a different thing. Surprise test means they are not prepared. Maybe they have not read, and suddenly you throw a question paper to them. Okay, we have come to point number 4, methodology. Games. Games are not like you start playing cricket, tennis, football. Of course not. There will be team-based games wherein students can actively participate, and there will be a moral of the story. There will be a moral of the story. There are various games which you can conduct in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour inside a class. So your class is, let's say, 1 hour or 2 hour. You can conduct a 10 minutes game. Game will give a lot of energy. This is my games going on. I have my institute located in a fantastic place. Those of you who have seen India Premier League IPL matches, it happens in Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bangalore, India. Next to Chinnaswamy Stadium is this park called Kaban Park. So I regularly conduct game sessions, activity sessions. I just take them, whisk them away from my institute, which is located very near to Chinnaswamy Cricket Stadium, and take them to the park, Kaban Park, and we conduct a little bit of games and come back and then again have class. So what happens is people get a lot of energy instilled. So there are a lot of links I have added here. I'll share the PPT with you. You can add games which can be of some moral. And if some moral is coming out from every game, that okay, this is how you should communicate, or this is the way of leadership, this is the way of team spirit, such kind of things, especially communication, group communication, etc., can be taught through various kind of games. I'll show it. I'll share the PPT. You can get all the links I have written here. Once a week or so, you can actually conduct games, which will be good for you. Why games for your classes? Now, question is why game? Inside the class, if you give a task and some games are there, students will get energized. So it is, see, energy you cannot take in a syringe and you can inject in the body of the students. But if you just conduct a game of 10 minutes, it really injects energy in the minds and bodies of all your students. They become more interested for your class. They go and talk about it. Nasreen ma'am conducted one game and competition and we won and it was super fun. If you suddenly declare today is a game class, you will win their hearts. Hopefully you apply this particular thing. Nasreen, I want another program of you. Okay. This is second program actually going on in IGP. No problem, Nasreen. As you say, no issues. I will completely obey your statement. No problem. So, games. I conduct games, and you will not believe, guys, that I am showing you picture of small students. That means they are, let's say, 10 years old, 13 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old for my MBA students. But this is interesting thing. I am a trainer for Amazon. So Amazon has its office in Bangalore, India. Bangalore is the IT hub, you might be knowing. So in Bangalore, Amazon has its office, and Amazon's mid-level managers and also top-level managers, VPs, vice presidents, who are of the age group higher than my age group. I am mid 40s, they are in mid 50s. I conduct game for them also. Can you believe it? I conduct game for them. March 2022, I conducted a game. I kept two of them as commentators. Can you believe it? So all the people they played games, and there was one lady whose child is 30 years old. That child is also working. Child means is an adult. That lady came. She is almost 55. Her son is 30 years old. Her son is a professional. She is playing game in my class. Can you believe? That lady was playing game in my class. She was laughing. She was jumping with joy. That's the plus point of your game classes. So I conduct game classes because they are bored in their life. Sit in the class, write exam, note it down, listen to lecturer. This is a very routine job. Okay. So out of the routine job, if you introduce a 10 minutes, 15 minutes class of games with some moral, that this is leadership, this is team spirit, this is team building, this is proper communication, it will blow their minds. And as I said, I have tried with school kids. I am regularly invited in schools. School kids love it. They have a lot of energy. College people also love it. That is graduation degree, post graduation degree. And as I said, I went to corporates also, and the Amazon lady, 55 years old, and some guys were there, late 40s, 48-year-old, 50-year-old. They were also jumping with joy and enjoying the game classes. That's the plus point of games, guys. So you teach, but in between you put a game. All right. Thank you, Nasrin. All right. So should I proceed? Anybody has anything to say on this, or I'll go ahead? So this is one of the methodologies. I have listed down a little bit of links I am sharing with you guys. I'll give the PPT to Kaushik. You can take it, share with people who are interested. Nasrin, you can also get hold of it, and you can go to these links and search it out. Okay, next one. Change of place. Point number 5. You can see me also in the picture on the left side. This is from one of my sessions. It was a very tough session because it was case study, business case study. These students are from a B school. They are doing PGDM. PGDM means postgraduate diploma in management. So they are learning business. So these are PGDM students. You can see the dress. You can understand they are forced to wear business attire, ties, and all that. Anyways, they feel little bit of casual, so the tucked in shirt, they will take it out, and they will be in the canteen with me, and I'll be conducting my class. Now this is a serious class because it's a tough thing. If you conduct tough thing in a tough atmosphere, the classroom, everything closed, and I've given a task, and instead you bring them to the canteen and say, okay, you can have a tea or coffee or Coke or Pepsi or juice, and discuss and present your case study solution. The entire experience of the class changes. So, methodology number 5 is nothing but sometimes change the class, change the atmosphere, bring them to canteen, or let's say basketball court, volleyball court, okay, or let's say boardroom, conference room, under the tree. Now, a very famous poet of this world, Rabindranath Tagore, who was the first non-white and first Asian to win Nobel Prize, he started it in his university, which is called Vishwa Bharati, which is a fantastic place called Shantiniketan is there, in the place called Bengal. And he introduced the people learning music were sitting under the tree playing the musical instruments called harmonium, and they are learning to sing under the tree. So fresh breeze is coming, sunlight is there, birds are chirping in the tree. You are under the tree in the shade, and you are learning singing. Just imagine what a fantastic atmosphere created by Rabindranath Tagore to learn singing. Same thing was copied by Xavier's. There's an institute called XLRI. I just mentioned that I was teaching in Xavier's. So Xavier's is a Christian group who run various institutes in different parts of the world. So I taught at Xavier's, and I used to take my students out in the park, in the garden, sit in the garden, flowers, plants, birds around you, solve a case study. So case study is very hard. So I remember I solved one case study of Coca-Cola and one case study of Nike shoes. Just do it. So I gave those case studies in the garden. So students were sitting very happily. Some people had carried some, snacks, one packet of biscuits. They were having it, and they were discussing and solved the case studies. This is awesome. I'm telling you, this is super lovely because people will remember your class and their mind is fresh. That's why this particular thing works. Now let me proceed a little bit. I have shown my photo for too long. When students are in a new place, changing the place of class delivery can immensely help. So you can change the place of class delivery, deliver it in canteen, terrace, garden, amphitheater. I have tried. I myself always keep trying canteen, terrace, garden, amphitheater, anyways. And then location and environment change brings back focus. So in our life, actually, we focus and defocus. It helps with defocus because you get back to the nature or change of place. The moment you change the place, your mind actually starts to feel little different, so it will not be boring. Have you understood this? In class, what happens in school or college? One class over, another class, another teacher is coming, again it's over, another class is coming. Now this becomes monotonous. That monotonous scenario will be changed if you change the environment. Also, management or school college authority must trust you and your approaches and methodologies. You can go and explain them that okay, this is used by Xavier's, this was used by Rabindranath Tagore, this is a fantastic way of teaching. Largely, last point, you can see largely students would give great feedback for these, and you can proceed and conduct it more often. People will love it. So this is why point number 5. Coming to my favorite point, that is movies. Methodology number 6, movies. You can see the poster of The Pursuit of Happiness given here. This was the first movie that we showed in our own institute in Bangalore. So the pursuit of happiness. Okay, so this is one of the movies shown majorly to the students. One movie class can change your mindsets. Students will move from their textbook, syllabus, notes to a different visual explanation and articulation and presentation of whatever you are teaching. Number one, for motivation, first bullet point, if you can see motivation, the pursuit of happiness, theory of everything, the social network, Ford versus Ferrari, Everest. These movies can be fantastic if you want motivation to be delivered for students. So you can conduct a movie class. Today afternoon after lunch, you have a movie class. I have a 2 hour class. I'll run a movie of 1.5 hours. Done. Students will love it. Tell your management, school management, college management to bring a good speaker, etc., and run it. Instead of running your PowerPoint, etc., and using smartboard, just start the movie. Stream it from Amazon, Netflix, or directly if you have downloaded or if you have the DVD or whatever. Run it. Students will love it. In fact, I'll tell you one story. Okay, guys. So I have pressed B. Okay, I'll tell you a story. Once I was teaching economics in my institute, Aravali, and it was back in 2009. And when I was teaching economics, I came to macroeconomics. Economics is divided into two parts: microeconomics, macroeconomics. When I started macroeconomics, I said 1929 to 1945. Great Depression was running in USA, in UK, everywhere. The developed world, they were in poverty. And students were asking, okay, sir, Great Depression, this, that, etc. I said, okay, I'll show you one movie and you see what happened in America, how poor the people were in America. I said, okay. I showed the movie, The Cinderella Man. Cinderella is a girl, guys. But if you see the movie, it is like a fairy tale. The Cinderella Man. Now, don't go by the name. Those of you who have watched the movie, you know it. Those who have not watched, don't think it's a fairy tale. It is a boxing movie. It's a boxer's life. Boxing. Now I'll tell you what happened in between. The movie is going on. I have seen the movie 2 3 times already, so I played it. I was there inside the class. In the middle, I went out for a coffee. That time, boxing match is going on in the movie. I am outside my class and I am hearing the roaring sounds of my students. They are shouting because boxing match is going on. Girls, boys, both. They are supporting the hero. That's the power of the movie. When I came back, I said, "How was the movie?" They said, "Fantastic, motivational, sir." I said, "Have you seen the United States of America scenario, the poverty during Great Depression?" They said, "Yes, sir." Can't imagine. Because when we see Hollywood movies, we think that, okay, very rich country. But when we saw this movie, we understood what Americans went through during Great Depression. I said, based on this only, my macroeconomic subject was introduced, guys. Macroeconomics came from this. Then I start, inflation, deflation, depression, economic meltdown, because they have already seen what happens in a very rich country, the country which has won wars, which has dominated the economy, what has happened in that country, you know, Black Friday, uh, stock market crash, banks shut down, everything they saw. And they saw that celebrities like boxers were also doing daily wage work because it was an economic meltdown. Now, it is very easy to teach them macroeconomics and very easy to teach them inflation, deflation, economic meltdown, what is depression. Everything becomes very easy. That's why movie is one of my favorite things to teach students, guys. Now, point number two, science. If you are teaching science to school students or anyone, Gravity, one of the best movies. Interstellar, little tough, but anyway, students will enjoy. The Martian, how a guy gets stuck in Mars, planet Mars. Big Hero 6, if you build it. Hidden Figures, all these movies are fantastic for your science class. Business, The Founder is the McDonald's story. Wall Street, it's about the crash of 2008 9. Superheroes, Up in the Air. And for kids, for very small kids, those of you who are teaching in, let's say, primary level, kindergarten, they also can learn about the world by seeing Ice Age series. In Ice Age, there are fantastic topics like continental drift, the Lego movie, Finding Nemo, Wally, Inside Out, March of the Penguins. People can actually learn. So I am actually showing you some examples which I have tried out, and this can be made a longer list. You can actually add your favorite movies. You can understand from which they can learn, and it can uh, result in fantastic learning. Hope you people are with me because for a long time. Okay, Nasrin, sir, can you please share your presentation files again? Okay, yeah, Nasrin, I am sharing it with Kaushik. Kaushik is with me in WhatsApp. I'll be sharing my presentation file definitely, and you can share with your people also. Just I'll finish this and immediately I'll share. Is that fine? Because I am left with only 4 minutes now. I think 10:30, 9:35. I started Indian time. It's going to be 10:35 now. Now, the last one is case study. Guys, case study is a tough thing. It is used for adult students. So, all I can tell you is a few facts about case studies. It is very handy for engineering, science, or research or business. Case study is not reading comprehension. Use quality cases from Harvard, IIMs, or journals. Never download case by Googling. Please do not do it. Don't scan from books also. It looks very bad. So some sources I have given, you can go there. They have also given instructions for teachers. So if you go to Harvard, this is world's number one university. I always use Harvard case studies because world's number one means best quality. So a few sources I have actually written here. I'll be sharing right now with Kaushik and Nasrin in IGP so that they can get it, and you can also go and you can search. This is very easy. You can see the last bullet point, hbr.org/case selections. You can go there. The plus point is I'm not teaching you anything how to conduct it, but those who are interested in case studies can go to the Harvard site directly, and case studies for teachers are free. I'm telling you, free. I repeat, free it is. And there are instructions also for teachers how you will conduct the case study in the class. So I have nothing to tell you. They have told you each case has a different way of handling. So this is how you can be completely sure about how you teach, guys, because you know different kind of methodologies, how to mix different kind of uh, methodologies. So there is no problem. This is how the methodologies can work, guys. So my presentation comes to the end, and what I say is, as I had told you in one of the slides, if you remember, guys, this is the slide. Mm, this one. You can actually pick 2 3 ways which one is good, and then this will help you immensely. Why? Because if you know a few things, you can make a good thing out of it just by applying more and more ideas in that particular methodology. That means you need not follow everything. I just showed that, okay, use case study. You need not use case study. I am using, doesn't mean you have to use. Okay, that's the point. I want to tell you that it is not about whatever I showed you, you have to do exactly that. You can choose your own things and you can apply it in your class. It is your wish. What I say is you use different kind of mix so that it looks good and it helps you. That's all. I don't want to impose it. Oh, come on, show movies. If you do not want to show movies, it's fine. You may not be a movie freak or movie bug. In that case, you need not show movie. Please, no need. You apply one methodology which is suitable, which you like, which you can really apply, which you can practice, and you are comfortable with this. I have just told you a few things which normally people do not do, and that's why it will look good. That's all. Fantastic. That's it. Nothing extra. It will help you because otherwise classes become monotonous, and a monotonous class is a very dangerous thing, guys. No point. You cannot have monotonous class at all. So to break the monotony, to make it interesting, you need to do it. Okay. All right. So this is it. My time is finished, and you can search me anywhere. This is my ID, prof.amlan, as was shown in the poster. You can find me anywhere. It starts from Gmail. This is also Professor Amlan. Even LinkedIn. This is also Professor Amlan. Twitter. That is also Professor Amlan. Instagram. That is also Professor Amlan. Facebook. That is also Professor Amlan. Amazon. That is also Professor Amlan. Everywhere. That is my in the chat I have given to Nasrin. So this is my ID everywhere. It can be Gmail to anywhere. So this is my ID, guys. And please do not call me, but you can definitely text me. This is my number because most of the times I'm in session. Right now, I'll finish this and I'll go to an event. I'm actually out of station. This is not my city. So I'll keep moving like this. This is the way. Nasin, thank you very much. I think my thing is over. Over to you.
Sir, am I share the number?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? But people should not call me because I'm in sessions. Most of the time, people call and I cut the call because I'm in sessions.
Okay, I'm just
Texting is
sharing
fine. Yeah, yeah,
in
please.
that
Why not?
comment box.
Why not? Why not? Nasrin, should I mail this PPT to you or how it is?
Mail me or you can share me in chat box, sir, so that I can share in the comment section.
Okay, okay, okay.
So thank you so much, sir, once again, and I hope that we'll have another session with you in the upcoming webinar.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm,
Why not? Why not? Why not?
eagerly waiting, and I really want another session with you, sir.
Are you serious? Because there's a second session already.
Thank you, sir. And sir, now we are moving our next session quiz, and after that, we'll come back with you. So please stay with us, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes, it's time for quiz, everyone. Okay. So, dear participants, we are directly going to our quiz competition, and in the meantime, you can tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. Okay. So, after this short video, we'll start our quiz. So welcome everyone in our quiz competition, and dear participants, you'll find the joining link in our comment box, and the quiz code is IGP, and today top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificates. Yes, and after the quiz, we proceed our QA with our honorable speakers. Okay, right now we have 30 participants, and we'll just wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start our quiz. So before joining, use your full name because it will be printed in the winner's certificate. And right now we have 36 participants. Okay, dear participants, please join with us and hurry up. And right now we have Sir Nam Julie N, Nam Charlie and Ellen Infante. Okay, Nam Rosie Source, Nam Jessa, Sir Nicodine, Nam Carol, Nam Emily, Nam Joanna, Nam January Cindy, Nam Elamy, Nam Marjorie, Nam Rosa, Nam Carol, Nam Jessie, Nam Lovely, okay, Nam Joanna Symbols. Thank you everyone. And okay, we just start our quiz within a minute, everyone. So get ready. And also get ready with your question or any kind of query that you want to ask our speaker. And those participants who missed this live session, you can see the live after the program, the recorded live. You can see the whole presentation of our speakers. Okay, so let's start counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's start it. So here's our first question. What is methodology? Option number 1, a system of methods used in a particular area of study or activity. Option number 2, plausible or scientifically acceptable general principle used to explain. And the time is up. Let's see the correct answer. And the right answer is option number one. And 89% of our participants got the correct answer. So let's see our leaderboard. So congratulations, Sir Nicodemus Miro is leading on top right now in this one. Okay, we have Nam Charlie Kalahamaguchi following Nam Charlie Ann, following Nam Jesse and Sir Alexander Alvarez. So congratulations, those answers correctly. Moving to next question, question number 2. Okay, methodology. You have two options, waterfall or guile. Okay, we have last 8 seconds left. Answer. And the correct answer is option number 2, and 76% of our participants chose the correct answer. So here is our leaderboard. We have again Sir Nicodemus Miro leading on top, following Nam Jessie, Nam Jessa, then Nam Charlene, and Nam Julian. So congratulations. Moving to next question, question number 3. Question is scientific methodology is which one? Option number 1, use of carefully controlled laboratory settings or use of natural settings. So let's see the right answer, and the correct answer is option number 1, and 93% of our participants got the correct answer. Here is our leaderboard winner's name. We have Saniko, Dennis, Miro again, following Nam Charlene, Kalaja Maguchi, following Nam Jessa, Nam Jesse, and Alamedi Ondoy. So let's see the next question. What are the components of methodology? Theory plus methodological methods or methods plus theoretical methodology? And the correct answer is option number 2. 88% of our participants got the correct answer. And here is a new name in our leaderboard, Nam Julian P. Asoto, leading on top, following Nam Charlene Kawamaguchi, Nam Elamidi, Nam Jessa, and Sergio Gordaldes Petosa. Let's see the next question, question number 5. In general, a methodology is written in passive voice, third person, past tense. This is option number 1. And option number 2, active voice, third person, future tense. And the right answer is option number 1. 55% chose the correct answer. And this round, we have Nam Hamaguchi leading on top, following Nam Ellie, following Nam Julian, Sanjogar Baldisco, and Nam JC. Okay, so let's see the question number 4. Which of the following is not an ICAR methodology? Option number 1, DSTM, or option number 2, waterfall. The time is up, and the correct answer is waterfall. 90% of our participants chose the correct answer. Again, Nam Charlene Kalahamaguchi leading on top in this round, following Nam Elami, following Nam Julian, Sir Jogo Baldisco, and Sir Nicodemus Miro. So next question, question number 7. Which of the following is not an example of qualitative research methodology? Option number 1, experimental. option number 2, narrative. And here is our correct answer. That is experimental, and 63% of our participants got the correct answer. Okay, so we have now Charlie Kalahama, which is still on the first position in our leaderboard, following Sir Nicodemus Miro, following Sir Zuckerberg Descatoso. Yes, we have Ma'am Hazel Delatorre, and finally Ma'am Jessie. Next question. What is the main aspect of the blended teaching methodology? Option number 1, combining online with face-to-face sessions. And option number 2, using a blender. So the time is up. Correct answer is option number 1. 98% of our participants chose the correct answer. So let's see our leaderboard. Name. Here is Charlene Kalamaguchi leading the top, following Sir Nicodemus Miro, following Sir Jacob Disco. We have Ma'am Hazel and Kenan Colin Miro. Moving to next question, question number 9. What needs to be added to the methodology section in the report? Option number 1, anything that may affect interpretation of findings, or option number 2, how to research this. Okay, how the research was done. The right answer is option number 1, and 56% of the participants got the correct answer. So we have our leaderboard result. Now Charlene Kalamaguchi leading on top again in this round, following Sir Nicodemus Miro, following Ella May, following Christina, and Sir Xavier Alvarez. So congratulations, those answered correctly. And last one more question. What does MVP stand for in a learn startup methodology? Option number 1, most viable product, and option number 2, minimum viable product. I have lost 6 seconds left to choose their option. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the correct answer is minimum viable product, and 16% of our participants got the correct answer. So congratulations. Those answered correctly. Let's see how leaderboard down the winner's name. So congratulations, Sir Nicodemus Miro is leading on top right now, following Ma'am Charlene Kalahamaguchi, place second, Ma'am Melinda Silvero Hispano, place third. We have Ma'am Colin Miro, place fourth, Ma'am Elmi D'Andoy, place fifth. Let's see the next name. Yes. Okay, we have Ma'am Cristina Vidal Rosario, place 6. Sir Alex Alvarez, place 7. Ma'am Julianne, place 8. Ma'am Emily and the preview, place 9. And finally, Ma'am Hazel Delatorre, plus 10. So congratulations to our top 10 winners. Okay. So congratulations to our top 10 winners, quiz winners, and you'll get your winner's certificates from our Facebook official page after the program. It will be posted. Okay. So dear participants, get ready for our next session, that is Q&A with our honorable speakers, and get ready with your question and your queries that you want to know. Okay, dear learners, dear teachers, get ready, and after this short video, we'll come back. Hello, sir. Welcome once again in QA session.
Yeah.
So, dear participants, dear knowledge seeker, please write down your question in our comment box. We have a comment from Sir Wakil. Very nice information. Congratulations.
Wakil
Thank
Alam,
you.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Michelle, we'll have your certificate, so you have to wait to see the certification process. In that, I will share the international webinar code in certification process, so you have to wait. So, dear participants, if you have any kind of query or questions, please write down in our comment box. Thank you, Ma'am Sharon. Nice shared knowledge, Professor.
Sharon, thank you. Sharon, nice to see that.
Really, sir, I'm looking for another program with you in
Oh,
IGP's platform.
lovely, Nasrin. Good to hear from you that. Okay, that's lovely. And Koshik is always in touch. I have given the PPT. It's a heavy file, so I converted in PDF and sent to him. You can collect it from there.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So can we call it a day? Bye bye. Is it over or is there something else?
I'm just waiting for a question.
Okay. If questions are coming, then fine. Okay, I'm seeing the comments coming in the Facebook Live also. A lot of comments.
Comments, yes. Ma'am Sharon comment again in our privilege to hear such informative learnings, Professor. Ma'am Olga, you can see the recorded live after the program again.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, again for coming in IGP's platform and sharing your knowledge, your precious time with our participants. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right.
So,
See you again.
please share a last message for our participants, for me, for IGP.
Definitely. See, I always loved Koshik. He communicates very well. Always in advance, he will be sending the messages. I love that. And your hosting was awesome, flawless.
I'm still learning, sir.
No, your communication is very good. The way you speak is lovely.
And
Great.
sir, I can see a question from our participants. May I share?
Okay. Yeah, you can share. That's not a problem. Anyways.
Okay,
Okay,
the question is
Alan, do you have
yes.
methodologies in relation to the philosophies of education? See, philosophies wise, you can always read in the books, so you can actually search it out and see different kind of philosophies. But my main idea was what Benjamin Franklin said, and as I said, engage and involve the students. The more involved and engaged they are, they will get drawn towards you. They will approach you. If they have any question, they will come to you. They will wait for your class. They will wait to see you. So main thing is that my own philosophy is students should feel engaged and involved. It's exactly like learning swimming, as I said. It's exactly like that. So more philosophies you can find out by googling or reading textbooks, etc. But my philosophy is only one: students should be engaged and totally involved, mind, body, everything. Thank you, Alan.
And this comment is from
Priscilla.
Priscilla. Mhm. I have
Okay,
no more
Priscilla, no
questions,
question.
but
Good, Priscilla.
thank you, sir.
Thanks. I
Thank you,
should
sir.
thank you.
And we are moving to our certification process. So thank you once again. And really, I'm waiting for next webinar uh, to see you again in IJP. Thank you so much.
Lovely. See you again too.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
As dear participants, we are moving to our certification process, and the program name is Methodology Mix, and the code is IGP 5120. Sorry, 5102. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the code is IGP 5102, and without this code, no one is eligible for certificates. And with code, you can claim the certificates anytime, and you can also visit our website. Our website address is www.eduigp.com. Okay, so visit our website. You can find all the upcoming webinars and collect your e-certificates. And don't forget to celebrate with IGP. Yes, and dear participants, I'm inviting all of you again to our next program in the evening. So don't miss it, and you can please get your quiz winner certificates from our Facebook official page. Okay, so once again, thank you for your cooperation and your attachment. And till then, stay safe, stay healthy, everyone. Right now, I'm signing off. Nursery. Bye bye.